Hey guys, sorry I know this video is a little bit later than I promised, but I didn't expect the press conference to be 2 hours long and have just so much bloody information. So I'll be dividing it up into 3 videos. The first one will be this one, which will be the controller and console information, and then I'll do one about the social aspects of the new console, and then I'll go through the games that they showed. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Coming to you live from Zeba Thief News Station. Okay, I'm going to start with the console because that's what you're probably going to be caring more about than the stupid controller. But the controller is awesome. Don't mean to call it stupid. It's the coolest controller I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, getting off on a tangent. Alright, so first off, they included 2 chips in it. The chips are HDDs, I believe. I'm probably wrong, but I think they're HDDs. But what this does is it allows stuff to be downloading in the background while you're playing games. See, on the PS3 now what happens is you go to buy something, you have to wait for that to be finished before you can do anything, whether it be play that game, or play another game, or even watch Netflix. It annoys the living heck out of me that I have to do something and then go find something to do for the next hour and a half while something downloads. It's ridiculous. And what's really interesting about the PS4 is it seems that Sony's righting a lot of their wrongs they did with the PS3, which I love because it is an amazing console and I love it to death, but it does have its issues. Okay, so after that, they designed it to be a lot like a CPU, so it's easy to develop for, and they made it just awesome. Like, some of the graphical capabilities are really, really cool. They haven't showed a test to where they put 1,000 things and they dropped it, and it was running on the, I'm going to get this wrong, it was running on a first thing, not a secondary. I believe it was like it's running on a GPU, not a graphics thing, so it hurts the system's performance less or something. I'm sorry, I'm not that well up to date. And then Quantic Dream showed this old man that you'll see the picture, and like, I'm not going to include the video, but it was really interesting the way that they were able to contort him to show emotion. It was like you're actually looking at a real person. And, I mean, Quantic Dream's always been amazing. So, okay, so the other thing is, then they show this huge montage of developers saying how much they love the console, how great it'll be, and blah, 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 blah. And, I mean, it is good to see that they have backing and people are actually saying, okay, this will be easy to do, instead of, you know, having a Skyrim like last time where, you know, stuff doesn't even work for it. Okay, and then the store, this is kind of getting into a more social aspect, but whatever. The store will learn what you like to buy. We'll see what kind of games you play. It's kind of big brothery and a little bit scary to some people, but I think it's cool. And so what it'll do is, if it finds a game on the store that it thinks that you'll like, it'll have it pre-downloaded, and maybe it'll even, you know, show you a thing of, hey, you might like this game. And then you only have to go and buy it, and then you have it. You don't have to wait for it to download. It's there. They made a comment. The Gaikai came up there, and if you know anything about Gaikai, it's a cloud service. So it'd be really cool to see what they do with the cloud gaming stuff. But what he said is, you don't have to buy everything. You pay for what you like, but you can try the stuff before you buy it. And he wasn't saying a light version of the game. He said you will try the full game. So whether that's you play an hour or 2 of the game and then it'll kick you off or what, but it kind of sounded like you were pirating games, but they're supporting you pirating the games. I don't know exactly how that'll work, but they didn't go into specifics. They just gave you a baseline idea on a lot of stuff. Okay, the one thing they said though is you don't wait to play. So what it'll do is whenever you start downloading a game, it'll download like the first chunk of it, and then you can play it, but you don't have to wait for the rest of the game to download. It'll be downloading while you're playing due to the whole 2-chip function, which is another really amazing thing that they're throwing in there. One thing that I don't think that I should have to say, but I'm going to say it anyway, is it's a tank as far as technology goes. I mean, I don't really know that much about technology, but listening to people say, the line on IGN was, it's a technological behemoth, which, look in a dictionary if you don't know what that means. But it's a powerhouse. So obviously it's a next-gen console, so it should be, but I don't think I have to say that, but I'm going to say that anyway. Okay, during the presentation they didn't go into great details about what the controller is. They kind of did a little bit of rundown, just kind of showed it off. But they actually released the exact specs yesterday, which I thought was really interesting. And I don't know why they felt they needed to do it. I mean, people were cool with how it was, but it's good they did it anyway. So first up, they showed that there was a little bit of a light bar on it. Now, they didn't go into detail of what the heck the light bar did. They just said it's good for identifying the controller. But, you know, they didn't tell you what it does. But the press release did. So what the light bar does is it comes with a PlayStation 4i. I don't know if you have to buy that or if it's included, but it comes with it apparently. And so what it does is it helps identify the player in the room. So this thing is actually like PlayStation Move sensitive. Now, what in the heck that does for you, I do not know. I'm guessing they'll have some kind of function in games. Okay, I don't know. But the light can turn 3 colors, blue and 2 colors we don't know. And so they said that the light could be used, so if you're low on health on a game, it'll start flashing at you or something. The other things is it has a 6-axis sensor system, which also don't know exactly what that means. It has increased rumble, so you know it'll shake your hands harder. I thought rumble was annoying enough as it is, but I'm not trying to be negative, just throwing that out there, but I'm just kind of skeptical about why the rumble matters. And they also put a speaker on it, similar to the Wii controllers, so now it will be yelling at you also. They put a head jack port on the bottom of the controller, pretty much exactly like the Xbox controllers, because that was another thing people complained about, is, hey, there's no port on the bottom of it. I don't really care, but I do like not having to use a Bluetooth headset. On there it said that it will include a mono head pod, I'm guessing exactly like the ones that they have on Xbox 360 controllers now, to increase social interactions or something. And they have a share button, which I'm not going to go to in detail of what that does at the moment. I'll do that next episode. And a touchpad, which the example is you can use it to look around on one game, and it'll just be how developers decide to incorporate that in their games, how it happens. And they put an options button on the opposite side of the share button, and the options button is pretty much just replacing the start and select that have been on the DualShock since like forever ago. So farewell, select and start, you will be missed. Okay, well that's the end of this episode. I'll be posting the next episode fairly soon, which will be covering the social aspects, which I literally have a page written down for, and I know I'm missing stuff, so I'm going to have to actually go back and watch the presentation again, but it's incredible. Like, I would buy the thing for the social itself, but I'm not going to go too in-depth on that right now. I'll talk about that soon. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and see ya. I don't know how I forgot to mention this. They left us with a screen that said the console will be out holiday 2013. I kind of freaked out because they kind of showed it like quickly, like holiday 2013, and then they did a lot of stuff, and then they showed holiday 2013 again. Whenever I first saw it, I thought it said holiday 2014. I was so sad, I thought I was going to cry. But anyway, so it is out holiday 2013. That's the end of this video. I'll see you guys next time. Always like, comment, rate, subscribe. I said that again, but you know, it doesn't hurt to say it again. Alright, see you guys. They also threw in something to be if you're just absolutely dying to get on your PS3. You can't wait a PS4. You can't wait a second longer. So what they have in there is you can just press, I'm guessing it's just the PS button on the controller, and it'll put the console into a low power mode. Apparently you can even charge your controllers on this low power mode, but instead of having to completely shut down your system and then boot it all back up again, wait like 3 minutes until you can finally get back in your game, you can just press this button, it goes into low power mode, and then you're just ready to go back in whenever you want. Which, you know, once again, yippee. I can't believe I forgot to put that in there. I'll just throw this on the end of the show. But, you know, accidents happen.